Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Patricia.
I'm Jalen.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm Miriam.
Okay, so this week's post it's asking what were the different expectations Ravi and Gita's parents had for them? How were the expectations placed on Ravi, a son, and different from those placed on Gita, a daughter? And how do they feel and react to these expectations? What do you guys think?
So what I put was that I definitely think Ravi was more expected to get married because I remember at the beginning the parents were just saying how he couldn't live with his sister forever. But then at the same time it's like we're only seeing Ravi's point of view, so who knows if like Gita is getting pushed to get married as well. But it's like
Yeah.
definitely Ravi's getting more pressure to get married, and they have to marry someone with the same last name as them, which I thought was really weird.
I know, like your
Yeah.
family, you're marrying a Patel who's a Patel, and it's just
Like you could be like secretly related to them.
Yeah.
like in a way they are.
That was
Yeah, who knows?
like during like the medieval days to keep like the royal blood in the family, the brother and like the cousin or like the brother and the sister would like date or something or get married.
Yeah.
I
And
agree with
also
the
like
Oh, go ahead.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So also like they had to come from like specific regions in India. And if it was too far, then like it wasn't accepted or something like that. And they had matchmaking, kind of like blind dates. It was like bio data, I think it was called.
Yeah, buy a
And
date.
they also had the Patel convention, which I thought was like kind
It
of
was like a
next level
dating.
crazy.
They called it a
Uh,
business expo, but for dating. I found it very like unique, I guess. Weird in a way.
Yeah.
yeah.
But, like they have that just so that way they could find women to marry. So
And like it shows how much like marriage means to their culture. Like the Ravi needed to get married like so soon and they were waiting on his marriage. But as for Gita, like they're just like, oh, just like try and find someone, but the guy's supposed to go looking for the girl, like they weren't like pressuring Gita as much as they were pressuring Ravi.
Throughout the whole film, most of the pressure was on Robbie. There was like one moment where their parents like were telling Gita like, "Oh, I hate how like my kids don't want like families or anything, even though like they're kind of old already." And Gita was like, "No, we both want it, but we're just like having a hard time." But then most of like what Miriam said, most of the pressure was on Robbie.
yeah, and the fact that their mom, they said that she was a matchmaker, right?
Yeah,
So it was like I guess they found it devastating that they can matchmake other people but not their own children.
Yeah.
So like that just kind of put more pressure on them, I guess. That like they gotta find a girl or for Robbie at least, like he has to find a girl. And they even like paid for all his flight,
Mm-hmm.
right? All over
Yeah.
America.
And even like
It
Canada,
was
I
like,
think.
yeah, and like
I think it was
12
one.
flights and all that.
Yeah, like all that just to not even find like someone that he liked.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
What I liked about was like his parents were kind of like compromising with him because the parents like, oh, I want like an Indian, I think specifically like Gujarati for like him, and but then he said like, oh, I want to compromise. I want her to be from America and like kind of American, but like I want her to be like in the background, like Gujarati or something.
Mm-hmm. And there was like something that the dad said. It was like in a car ride with Ravi and his dad after his dates weren't like successful. And the dad said not getting married and staying single is the biggest loser you can be. And I was like, wow, that's so harsh. Like he's saying it to his own son.
And something about progress, right? Like they were in
Oh
they were in their
yeah.
house,
I remember that.
right? He was like, or I think it was like Robbie was like, I'm making progress, at least I know what I want. And then the mom was like,
Mhm.
you're 60 and you're still saying you're still in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that very mean. but funny at the same time that like she's mocking him in a way.
I found it funny that Vita would follow Robbie to like his dates, and she just be in the car with her camera, just like filming them. That was really funny.
Right. She had to be there like all the time with all his like the dates and the business or dating expo and then the marriage, like the
Mhm.
the wedding they had back in India.
Mm.
That was kind of interesting.
I I feel that Robbie felt so much pressure from his parents to be like, I need to find this type of girl. Like she needs to be follow all the characteristics of what my parents want, so like I can make them happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it wasn't it. I don't know if it was the aunt or the mom that said it was like same value, religion, raised the same way as you were. That type of like girl that he needed to find.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, and like education, like she has to have like a good job and
yeah.
like career and everything. Yeah.
And wasn't it the parents who like who look for the girl, not them
Yeah,
specifically?
Hmm.
So that's even
like
harder.
it had to be approved by them first.
Mm-hmm.
During the bio data, like the parents would um the people would go to the parents like with like papers and resumes, and then the parents would send it to Ravi. It's not Ravi choosing it. It's like it has to go to the parents first, and then Ravi is the final decision.
Mm-hmm. Bio data is like your personal resume, not even for work, but for
Yeah.
dating.
And that's like kind of crazy that they have their own. I don't know if it's specifically for like Indians or them, but they have like resumes and file data. I don't know if it's for like any other race or anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy to see.
Yeah. But it just shows that like how much pressure like Ravi and like men there are like pressured to find a woman. And like at his age, he said he was like 30. I guess for them that's like a very late age now. Like they said like he should have been married already.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
think it was he was put on more pressure because he hasn't brought a girl home, so he's never dated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it's like there's been not like you haven't even thought about it, but they don't know that he had a girlfriend.
I know. Well, when they did, like they were heartbroken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so heartbroken, especially the mom. Like
The
in the
mom, yeah,
kitchen,
that was sad.
when she was in the kitchen cleaning, like you could see, you can feel the tension that she was
Yeah.
like putting in that dish. I was like, so
Robbie was like honestly really over it, and his sister was like kind of just teasing
I was
him
just laughing.
about how they were. Yeah, and he said that he felt like he was kind of living a double life because at home he was like very traditional, how he spoke the language and how he ate like Indian food, but then outside he was like very Americanized, how he spoke English and hung out with Americans, and he also felt like he had to hide his relationship from his parents because he knew like they wouldn't be approved of it.
Yeah.
Because like culture is so important to them. Like it's extremely important that like it's crazy.
I think it's just like maybe Asians in general or immigrants in general that they wanted to you to date the like of the same ethnicity to keep like your culture in it. Because I understand that the parents are scared that if he dates like an American, then he's gonna lose his culture and the kids won't be have the same culture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I just felt like he was being pushed like way too
Which is
hard. It was almost like his parents were. Oh, okay, she's good. It was almost like his parents were controlling him, like he was living life as like a puppet. Because like they were extremely traditional and wanted to like pass those values and cultures down to him.
And it's not like it's just his family, it's like all Indians too. Because there's even like a Netflix show on it, how they have an Indian matchmaker because they know, like they even have matchmakers specifically to that type of problem that like look for Indian people around the world and like try to find them a wife, and it's just like crazy. Like they even have a show on it. Like that just shows how
Wow.
important it is. Yeah.
So girls have it more easy, would you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
they said that all they have to do is like give a type of signal to show that like they're interested in the guy, so that way the guy can like keep pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. All they said about the girl.
And that's just in general.
Yeah. Do you guys want to move on to the second question? Second question, look through the cultural iceberg below and think about the typical American culture versus the culture you see in Meet the Patels. What are some cultural differences between Asian/Eastern immigrant families in the US and American Western family? You may choose to base your response on a memorable scene. Feel free to include a personal opinions and observations as well.
Mm, I remember a scene where Robbie was with his friends outside, like in a patio, having lunch or something, and he said that his mom would get mad at him being outside because it's getting darker. And supposedly in their country, the lighter you are, the better you are. The darker you
Mhm.
are, it's like really bad. So I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
but then if in like America, I don't think that really applies.
In Asian culture, it does.
Yeah, really cool.
Like how they used to paint their faces white to
Yeah.
look more attractive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So skin color still matters to other
So a lot.
groups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even just Indians though, even like for Filipinos, I know like they want to be
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
Yeah, they want to be really light.
They want to be white. I'm just like,
I'm not sure
just
if it's like um, in any other Asian countries, but I heard that if you're darker, it means like you worked in the fields and all
Yeah.
that. But
Uh-huh.
if you're lighter, it shows like you have class and all that. So that's why what Olivia said, they painted their stuff like super white.
mhm. Yeah.
I think another difference in Asian and American culture is that Asian culture, like the parents are extremely involved in like their kids' lives. And it kind of eventually causes their kids to rely on them too much. And it's like the parents took care of them when they were younger. So like once they get married, they're kind of expecting it back, which is why I think like a lot of parents like move in with their kids like later on in life.
Yeah, I saw that. Like Robbie was saying that he went to his like cousin's place in like Idaho or Iowa, and like um his cousins, like all his cousins, like the wives and husbands, the kids, and the parents all lived under one house, and he said he wished to have that in the future.
It's like the parents and the kids are never like separated, even
Mm.
like until they grow up.
It's the
That's
same thing
nice.
in the Philippines too. Like
Oh my god.
your kid's better than you, but
You
then
gotta
like
take
here
care
in
of your
America,
Lolo.
yeah, here in America, as soon as like you're 18 or 21, you're out. You gotta be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like Asians are like really family oriented, and like family means a lot to them. And so that's why like they push their children like to get married and to like find a partner and stuff. And as opposed to Americans, like it's not really like, I guess, too big of a deal as much as it is in like Asian culture.
Yeah, like they would just see each other during holidays or maybe once or twice a
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
But like with Asians, like we see each other like every
Hmm.
week.
Yeah, I definitely think that American culture is more like chill and go with the flow type of situation.
Like even the way
She's saying something?
Also, I wanted to point out also like the way like they go out on a date, right? Like in American culture, it's just like you go on a date with like whoever you want, but then like with others, it's like it has to be approved by the parents first, like how it is in with like Indian culture. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like the same thing you said, but um, like Indian culture, you see like a man and a woman talk for like 15 minutes, and then like they're already married. But then like in America,
Yeah.
like you have to go on maybe dates for like, and then you're like boyfriend girlfriend for like 3 to 5 years, and then maybe you guys get married.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like they have it reversed because Ravi, I think his parents said that they met each other for like 10 minutes and then got married. And then after that is when they started like the whole dating process, I guess.
Even their
But I
parents
think the
said,
dad was saying that.
wait, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
Okay, so I was saying that the dad saying that when they met for 10 minutes and then they got married like, already, and then they used their marriage to like actually know each other. I feel like that's like kind of good because when like you're already married to them, like you're bonded, so whatever problems you have to fix it. It's not um like here in America, like say something happens in the marriage, like you can break it off. You you have to fix it. Like Indians culture, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's like good, but also like what if like your husband was like mean or something like that, or like not understand, or like the wife was something that like you were interested in or anything. Like you'd have to like force yourself to spend the rest of your life with them. I think that's crazy.
And also, I think in Indian culture, like they get married super young. I think one of Ravi's uncles was like 18, and then the wife was like 14, and they got married.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
But then in America, you can get married whenever.
Also, the expectation is like different for like Asian or Indian kids versus like American kids. Because for like immigrant parents, like they put more expectations on their children, like say for education, right? But then like for American parents, I don't know, I guess it's not like as much. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I like, at least that's what I know so far.
Yeah, I think in one of the readings, I think it was a family reading, I was talking about how Asian Americans are more pushy towards their expectations with like being successful and having a good education, while Asian culture, like they just want their kids to like learn from their mistakes and like kind of like allow them to explore on their own and become independent.
Did you guys have anything else to say for that one?
Oh no.
So then question 3 is asking, why is the issue of multiraciality especially charged among Asian Americans? Be sure to use this week's keywords, um, family and multiracial, to build your response.
I think it was in multiracial. There was a law. It was Loving versus Virginia, where they banned, um, bless you, man. Um,
Thank you.
they banned marriage between two different races because they wanted to keep like white supremacy and all that.
Yeah, I agree with you. And adding on to that, I think it's charged more among Asian Americans because I guess Asians they didn't have a great history with I don't know, America to start off with, and they were kind of looked down upon. So when like they have multiracial marriages, it's like I don't know, making white the whites seem like they're not as dominant anymore.
It challenges the white supremacy, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like Asians like want their children to marry other Asians because they want their culture to be passed down to their kids, and then from those kids to their kids. Like they fought so hard to like kind of get to where they are now in America, and for just that to be thrown away and to be making like half babies and everything, then I guess like they think that it'd be thrown away.
And they even said in the reading, this is from Multiracial, they said, the assumption was that if racial groups mixed, the resulting mixed children would be a hybrid degenerates with physical, mental, and or social problem. So they're like downgrading like the possible children that like mixed people are gonna have. They're gonna have so many like mental or physical problems.
Me.
And like say, when, like the blacks and the Asians would make a baby, they were like discriminated a lot more because like they were minorities, and also if you were like biracial, the Asian community wouldn't accept you because you're not Asian. And
Yeah, there was this quote from Multiracial, and it was talking about like I'm not sure it was like specific events, and it was saying that if you're less than 25% Japanese or Chinese, you're not Asian enough to participate.
For that one, they were referring to like beauty pageants or basketball leagues in the Asian American communities. So you have to be like a certain percent of Asian to join or to participate.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
then also
I
they, okay, go ahead.
I just feel like in general, like even if they're only 25% Asian, they're not considered Asian enough, but then at the same time, they're not considered whatever other half race they are. Like they don't fit in with either other kind of races.
And then I was reading in Multiracial, and they said that they wanted to bring Western beauty and Eastern beauty together. So that's why like they kind of just mated with each other to see what can come out.
So does anybody else like want to add anything onto that answer or question? I mean,
I think we answered it.
okay,
Yeah.
then we're good. Bye bye.
Right.